Hello everyone, welcome to our series India After Independence. Let's begin agrarian struggles. Agrarian struggles post independence had a considerably changed nature as now they were against the policies of a welfare state. They were partly in reaction to structural disparities that still existed and partly in reaction to the hopes that were belied. Telangana peasant struggle was one of the early manifestations. Peasants of Telangana suffered an extreme form of feudal oppression in the hands of Jagirdars and Deshmukhs, some of who had thousands of acres of land. Peasants also suffered excessive grain levy and beggar at the hands of government, landlords, and officials. The movement was organized by the communist leadership, which organized peasantry in form of armed guerrilla rebellion groups of dalams for attacking the landlords, armed paramilitary groups, razakars, and officials. When Nizam was displaced by Indian army, communist leadership gave a call to fight out Indian government as well. It saw Indian government also a symbol of Portuguese rule and gave call for true liberation. In a tragic fight with Indian army, thousands of peasants suffered. Another movement post independence was that of Patiala Muzara movement. It was a movement by the Muzaras against the Biswadas or the landlords who had limited rights over land during British rule but gained a significant hold after independence. Peasants organized themselves into armed groups under communist leadership like Teja Singh Swatantra in 1948. Other movement post-independence included Naxalbari movement and movement by tribal peasants of Srikakulam of Andhra Pradesh, which were also driven by communist ideology. Both of these movements were influenced by the thoughts of Mao Zedong and inspired radical change in the social structure. Another stream of popular agrarian movement is categorized as new farmer movement. These movements were based upon ideas of relative deprivation and were not led by the marginalized peasantry class, but by well-to-do farmers' lobby. Shetkari's Sangathan of Sharad Joshi, Bharatiya Kisan Union of Mahendra Singh, Tehgad were such organizations which represented new demands like increase in subsidy, free electricity, rise in MSP, and so on. Women since independence. Before independence, women movement got a significant push during national movement. Many organizations like All India Women's Conference were formed. Social conditions was aimed to be improved after independence through legislations like Hindu Code Bill. Shah Bano case also provided government an opportunity to ameliorate conditions of Muslim women which government failed to cash on. In social movements also, women exhibited high level of participation. For example, in Tebhaga movement in Bengal, women organized themselves into Nari Bahini. In Telangana, peasant struggle also their participation was significant. A Gandhian organization, Textile Labours Union in Gujarat, also formed its women wing self-employed women association, that is SEVA, led by Ela Bhatt, which took the cause of women in unorganized sector and played a role in organizing them, training them, giving them better collective bargaining power. Women also participated in Chupko movement of Uttarakhand. In Madhya Pradesh, Mahila Mukti Morcha was formed in 1970s to take up the cause of tribals. After emergency, women's groups in Delhi were led by the able leaders like Madhu Kishwar. Similarly, Bhopal Gas Peedit Mahila Udyog Sangathan played an important role in getting justice for the affected. After 1980s, there is a shift in women's movement away from mass campaigns and to less dramatic works like setting up of women's centers for legal aid, counseling, documentation, research publication, and so on. Thank you.